What's up, everybody? Welcome to a little bit of a different video. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking every single Five Nights at Freddy's game, all the way from Five Nights at Freddy's 1 to Into the Pit. Also, I added a little, like a few different things here and there. Like, as you can see right here, I added the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 Halloween edition, and also the DLCs for Security Breach and Help Wanted and FNAF AR. I didn't obviously add everything because there's a couple troll games and that one, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was kind of reminds me of like a Street Fighter FNAF game that came out. It's called like Fazbear Fury or something. I'm not including those, but we're gonna do these. So let's start all the way from the beginning to Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Oh, before we actually talk about them, the tier list is gonna go from GOAT to Unforgettable, Amazing, Okay, Strongly Dislike, and Wish You Never Existed. There's probably only going to be one that goes below Okay because I love every FNAF game and DLC, but there is definitely one that I already know will be in Wish You Never Existed. But we'll get there soon. Now, let's start from the beginning. Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Now, this game came out, obviously, August 8th, 2014. The game originally came out, I think it was either on Game Jolt or on Scott's website, Scott Games. I can't remember which one. It might have been neither, and it might be a completely different website. But if you go on Steam, it says the game came out like a few weeks, like a week or two later. But the game originally came out on August 8th, 2014. 10 years ago. That is insane. But I'll absolutely love this game. The way I'm ranking these is based on the characters in the game, the how fun the game was, like gameplay, and just was it a good game in general? Like, will I look back on this game and just miss those days? Because there are definitely going to be games that I go over that I wish I could forget, and there will be some games that I will never want to forget. So, FNAF 1, great game, great memories. I mean, it was literally the start. Like, how could you not like that game? So, to be fair, if you're looking at these tiers, what that I made, this has got to go in Unforgettable. I mean, yes, it is a GOAT, but I don't think it's like the greatest of all time kind of GOAT. How I like to do my tier list is I don't like to put anything in S tier, and all the way at the end, I put one thing in A tier and move it up to S tier. That's how I like to do it. So at the end, I'll take one of the things in Unforgettable and move it up to GOAT, and that will be, in my opinion, as of October 17th, 2014, my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's game. So, next is Five Nights at Freddy's 2. 2. The game came out November 10th, 2014. That is also insane to think about. FNAF 2 and FNAF 1 were like 3 months apart. I, off the top of my head, did that. If that's wrong, do not quote me. I just said 3 months. But the game came out a few months later, and I'm not going to lie, I absolutely hate that game. Like, listen, it is a good game. I will always remember it because I don't know what it is about it. But when I look back at FNAF, I don't think FNAF 1. I don't think any FNAF game other than Five Nights at Freddy's 2 because of how much it scared me as a kid. When you load up the game and it hits you with that music where it's the FNAF 1 like ambience, but it's got like a few different tunes in the background, it always gives me chills because of the memories I used to have of listening to that music and being terrified. Playing the game, being terrified of the jump scares, because that game has some crazy jump scares. That is also another thing I'm ranking these on that I forgot to mention. Jump scares. If the jump scares are good, that'll also be a couple extra points in favorability or something. I don't know the word I would say. But it's a terrifying game. But me trying to get all 3 stars in that game absolutely like just make me want to jump through a window and just forget about things because I absolutely hated playing this game. Yes, it is unforgettable. I will never forget this game. But I physically cannot put it in amazing or higher. This is going to have to be somewhere down here. I don't know why it's so laggy. I don't know why. I'm gonna put it in strongly dislike. I'm not gonna lie. It is a great game. Like I said, I'm gonna remember it forever because of how much it scared me as a kid. But I don't think it is physically possible for me to rank that any higher. Like, it's not okay, but it's not anything higher. I don't think it's strongly disliked, but it's more of a strongly dislike than an okay. Okay, next we have Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this game got a lot of hate for its jump scares, but I absolutely love this game. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 came out March 2nd, 2015. And I love this game. The music is great. It was the first FNAF game that had more than just 3 stars. Most games don't have just stars. You know, like FNAF 6 has like 6 certificates, but it was the first game to go more than 3 stars. FNAF 1 and 2 had 3 stars. This game started 4. Because after that, every game had 4 stars up until FNAF 6. So, FNAF 3, I already said when it came out. The jump scares were a little iffy, though. I'm not going to lie. I remember hearing in one of the Daco and Scott Cawthon interviews that Scott was very upset that a lot of people didn't like the jump scares because he worked so hard on the game. I know he said he spent like 2 or 3 weeks straight trying to just work on Springtrap's design, nothing else. Don't quote me on that. But the only jump scare that was iffy for me was Springtraps, which annoys me. I would rather Springtrap's jump scare be the scariest and everything else be the worst than what actually came out. Because every jump scare in that game is pretty scary. It gets me still to this day. Mind you, the game came out almost 10 years ago. It came out like 9 years ago. But I mean, the Springtrap jump scare, the only animatronic that can actually kill you, I don't like its jump scare because it's so not like a jump scare, because it's really like it's just like a very slow jump scare, because like with FNAF 2 they like full on jump at you in like 3 frames, when FNAF like 3, you know, you have like, it's a very slow jump scare. But everyone else's, like Phantom, like all the Phantoms had a terrifying jump scare that still get me to this day. So the jump scares are a little iffy. The gameplay I absolutely love. I absolutely love the gameplay of this game. I don't know what it is about it. I realized how much I like this game about maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. Because I never had like a crazy addiction to this game. But then I really thought about it and I was like, wait, I absolutely love this game and I never realized it somehow. So it's a great game. I'm going to put it in amazing. It's not unforgettable, even though it does introduce William Afton. Actually, I didn't even think about that. It does introduce William Afton. I didn't even think about that. Okay, knowing that, I want to put in forgettable. I mean, yeah, if this game didn't happen, William Afton was probably going to be introduced in some different way, shape, or form. But I have to put it in amazing. It's not an unforgettable game, but it's amazing. Five Nights at Freddy's 4. I I want to put it in Wish You Never Existed so bad, but it's unforgettable. Like, it is. If you disagree, you've never played this game before. The amount of hearing loss I've had from playing this game is absolutely insane. I haven't actually had any hearing loss. I'm just saying that because this game is so loud. But the problem is, you might be like, "Oh yeah, we'll just turn your volume down." You need to be blasting your volume to even have a chance to beat this game. But when you have it blasting, it's scary because you know if you get jump scared, you're probably gonna have hearing loss for the next 10 years of your life. Also, the game is absolutely terrifying. I would argue to say it is one of these no, not one of. It is probably the scariest FNAF game to ever exist. If you disagree with me on that, I don't know what to say. It is a scary FNAF game. FNAF 4 came out July 23rd, 2015. So the same year as FNAF 3. It's a great game. The jump scares are terrifying. The animatronics are terrifying. I love the idea of the thing where it was actually kind of like the first FNAF game where you could somewhat move, because you would click on the doors, the bed, and your character would actually move instead of you just looking left and right constantly. So the mechanics were great. It's just a great game overall. So it's definitely unforgettable. Now, taking a break from the actual FNAF games, the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 Halloween Edition. This is a weird one because it's not an actual FNAF game. It's not a DLC. It's not, you don't have to pay for it. On Steam, at least, it just comes with the game. If you download the game, every time you load up the game, it'll give you an option to either play the normal version or the Halloween edition. At least for me, it does that. And I haven't played the Halloween edition. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen a lot of gameplay. I've seen a lot of images, and I've seen the home screen, but I've never played it for myself. Um. Also, I'm pretty sure the very first time the Halloween edition happened, you had to play FNAF 4 on Halloween. Don't quote me on that. That's just an assumption. I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. And another thing, it doesn't work like that anymore, if that is the case. Because last Halloween, I'll try it again this Halloween, because Halloween's in a few weeks. But last Halloween, I logged on to every FNAF game. And every FNAF game from like 1 through 3 had like pumpkins that would show up, and the color of the game kind of changed a little bit. But FNAF 4, I'm pretty sure nothing happened, at least for me. So I don't know what that's about, but FNAF 4, unforgettable. The DLC, since I haven't played it, I can't put it in amazing or higher because I literally haven't played it. But, and I'm not going to make a whole new tier that says I haven't played, because I've played every FNAF game except for this, but it's not even a FNAF game. It's like a secret update. I don't really know what to call it. So I'm going to put it in okay, because it's an amazing addition. Like, it's amazing. But since I haven't played it, I can't put it anywhere higher than okay. So I'm going to have to put it in okay. Now, we're going to FNAF World next. If you haven't heard of FNAF World, it reminds me of Pokemon in a way. Like, not Pokemon Go, but like just actual Pokemon games when you like you're fighting, and you kind of have that, the way the camera's set, and you can choose the moves that your your Pokemons do. That's kind of how FNAF World feels to me. Because you run around, you get random encounters, and I know Scott Cawthon absolutely hates that game, but I love it. It is a great FNAF game. It is extremely colorful. You're probably gonna have a bit of eye damage playing the game, and it has no significance to the lore of FNAF at all. I think. Don't quote me on that. This game did come out before FNAF 5, before you go, oh, that's not in order. Because all of these are in order, except for AR. I just put AR at the end. All of these are in order. But, so, like, don't say FNAF World is just randomly here. FNAF World came out January 21st, 2016. So, it did come out before FNAF 5. And I'll talk about when FNAF 5 came out in a second. So, this game was great. There were 0 jump scares in this game, I'm pretty sure. It was a fun game. It's not unforgettable, because when I think of FNAF, I never think of this game, not once. I have to be thinking about this game, or like really be thinking about the subject of this game to start thinking about it. So, I'm going to put this game at maybe amazing. Do I want to put it that high? I don't know, because I have some rage. I had some rage playing this game. Like, because I could never get all the characters in this game. Uh, I'm gonna put in amazing, but I'm gonna put it at the end. So if I add, like, for example, like Help Wanted in amazing, I'm gonna leave Help Want. I'm gonna put Help Wanted in front of FNAF World. I am gonna do my tier list like that. So you know what? I am gonna arrange this. I'm gonna say that FNAF World or FNAF 4 is the top game, at least at the moment. Okay, that was a lot. FNAF World going amazing, but it's gonna be the least amazing because it's not okay, but it's not amazing. So I'm just gonna put it at the end of amazing. Next, we're on to Five Nights at Freddy's 5. The game. The game came out October 7th, 2016. So, like I said, FNAF World did come out before FNAF 5. This game is absolutely amazing. It is the first somewhat free roam game in the FNAF franchise that we got. No, you couldn't physically move around like how you're thinking when I say free roam, but it was just a great game. The jump scares were very good. There were definitely a few jump scares I didn't like in this game, but majority of the jump scares were very good. The animatronics were great. The story was amazing. I don't know what it is about FNAF 5, but that story is just insane. Also, before you get mad at me, yes, I am calling Sister Location FNAF 5 because it is the 5th installment of the franchise. No, it is not called FNAF 5 in any way, shape, or form, but it is the 5th game. I call it FNAF 5, but it is called Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. Gameplay was amazing too. Like, it was so fun to play. And it's so memorable because there's still things about that game to this day that I think about immediately when I think of FNAF. Like, when I think of FNAF, one of the first things I think of is exotic butters. If you know, you know. That's from FNAF Sister Location. I'm going to put this game probably like all the way in front of amazing. I also wouldn't say it's unforgettable. There are things about the game that's unforgettable, but the game itself I would not say is an unforgettable game. Next, we're on to Pizzeria Simulator. This game came out December 4th, 2017. This game's interesting because the very first time you load up the game, you have this 8-bit minigame section where you're, you know, throwing pizzas at the kids. And after a while, the game starts to glitch out and then it sends you into the actual game, which was probably the craziest part about that game. Was that it transitioned from that, like, oh, it's so happy. And like, even when you go to the game to this day, like the picture, the profile for the game and the banner for the game is that 8-bit troll when you the very first time you load up the game. It's always like that. So it's very interesting to me how that's how it started. I absolutely love that though. The gameplay was amazing. I absolutely love playing that game because at the start, like when you're normally in the game, you're building your pizzeria. You can buy things, place things, clean things, play things. Kind of like a Sims FNAF game. But when you actually finish your day shift, you go into your night shift, and it is pretty scary. It is very sound dependent. It is very fun. Very interesting how you complete it because you don't complete it by reaching 6 a.m. You reach it by completing all of your tasks on the computer. Also realized I haven't talked about how many stars you get in every FNAF game, but I'm just not going to worry about that because if you know, you know. If you don't, you can just look it up. But it is a great FNAF game. The music of this game, too, is insane. The normal ending for the game, I'm pretty sure it's the completion certificate that you get for just beating the game naturally. The music for that ending and just that ending insane is the most, like, spine shivering, like, oh my god, this is like insane music and just ending in general. It is such a good game and such a good ending. I am easily gonna put this. I'm gonna put it behind FNAF 4. Why is my thing being so laggy? What the heck? I'm gonna put it behind FNAF 4, but above FNAF 1. I absolutely love that game. That game is absolutely insane. I feel like I've said absolutely like 20 times this video. But I just love that game, man. Dude, if you know the completion ending, when he says commission terminated or whatever he says, and he says like sorry for interrupting you, Elizabeth, if you still remember that. Oh man, just thinking about it right now, I have chills. Oh, okay, I'm gonna move on. I've already lingered on this game too much. Ultimate Custom Night. I'm gonna do everybody a favor when I do this. If you know, you know. That game caused more pain than any video game to ever exist on this planet. Actually, no, that's not true at all. I'm just going to take that back. But this game did cause a lot of people a lot of pain. If you don't know, this is 50-20 mode. FNAF game. This is that game. If you don't know what 50-20 mode is, in every FNAF game, there's a hardest difficulty. In FNAF 1, it's 420 mode or Golden Freddy mode, where all 4 animatronics are set to the max AI difficulty, which is 20. In FNAF 2, it's 10-20 mode because there are 10 animatronics, and you get the point. So, Ultimate Custom Night, it has 50 animatronics, which is insane. Loading up that game and seeing all those animatronics make me want to throw up. You need to spend tens and just days and days of hours in this game to master it. You have to read about every animatronic, master the controls, because the controls aren't just mouse. The controls are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, WASD, X, Z, S, V, spacebar, F, enter. Like, there's so many keybinds for this game, I don't even want to think about it. But I've sadly played this game for way too much. Like, I've sadly played this game way too much. And I just know the controls by heart. I know what every animatronic does by heart. And before you say, like, anything, I've beaten 40-20 mode and 45-20 mode. And I can do them comfortably. I can do 40-20 mode comfortably. 45-20 mode has a little bit of RNG. And 50-20 mode might be the most RNG based thing in FNAF history. Never mind, that's FNAF 2. But yeah, I'm doing everybody a favor by putting it in Wish You Never Existed. I do kind of like the game, but the pain that game causes everyone, I have to put it down there for everyone's sake. Also, that game came out June 27th, 2018. I don't know if I said this about Pizza Sim, but the game came out, Pizzeria Simulator came out December 4th, 2017. If I didn't already say it. Now, immediately, this is going right here. I don't know. Why is it being so laggy? I don't know why this is being so laggy. Maybe it's because of all these stupid ads. I just can't get rid of them. I'm sorry. Please try to ignore them. But it's going to go right here. I would like to put it above Pizzeria Simulator, but that the endings and the music of that game, the gameplay just absolutely carries. Actually, no, I'm putting it above. I have to put it above. This game was absolutely insane. If you know, you know. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Came out May 28th, 2019. The day that everybody's lives changed for the better. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, if you don't know, is the first Five Nights at Freddy's virtual reality, aka VR game. And it was a game changer. This game was absolutely insane. I still play it to this game, even though the game came out 5 years ago, which is absolutely insane to think about because I swear this game came out like 3 years ago. Maybe not 3, maybe like 4, but 5 years ago, that is insane. Great game. The ending was great. I remember watching Dawko and Fusion Z try to beat that game and find all the coins. I know when Fusion Z posted his video getting all 30 coins, he was absolutely losing his mind. It was just a great game. I gotta put it there. It was so good. I just slightly like FNAF 4 more. What did I just say? Yo, that might be the worst stutter I've ever said in my life. FNAF 4 is just, I just like it a little bit more because of how scary that game is. It's just the most unforgettable thing because of how terrifying it is. Sorry if you heard that. That was my phone notification. Okay. Now the Dreadbear DLC. You might not know what that is, and I don't blame you. That was the Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted DLC. The DLC came out. Do not quote me on this. I looked it up. That's what this said. So apparently the Dreadbear DLC came out October 23rd, 2019. October 23rd, 2019. And I remember in the game, you don't have every level unlocked because there were levels that had timers on it, counting down to Halloween. So every few days, there would be new levels in the DLC that would unlock, leading all the way up to Halloween, where I'm pretty sure that was the one where you could repair Dreadbear. Um, that was just insane. That's such a good DLC. It was such a good, just fun thing to play. The only thing I wish never existed about it was definitely plush babies. Plush babies are the worst thing that has ever existed in Five Nights. It's the worst thing that has ever existed in my life. I'm gonna be honest. If you know, you know. That game, they're not that game. Those characters are annoying as crap. I'm gonna put the Dreadbear DLC in amazing. I'm probably gonna put it in number 2 amazing. It is just such a good FNAF. Like, I keep going to say FNAF game. It's not a new FNAF game, but it is a good addition to a game. Now, you could hate me for this, but Security Breach. The 8th Five Nights at Freddy's game. This game came out December 16th, 2021. And I'm going to be honest. This game, I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to put it right there. Right in the middle of Unforgettable. That game is insane. And I will say, that was the first FNAF game that Stillwell Studios, the new like owners of Five Nights at Freddy's, that was their very first FNAF game. And man, what a start to a new era of Five Nights at Freddy's. Absolutely amazing. The animatronics were okay. Chica never liked. Roxy's okay. Monty's cool. It's just, he has a lot of hate because, he's the replacement for Bonnie. And Freddy was cool. Vanny was really cool. Burn Trap was insane. Gregory, like it was a true free roam game that took it to the next level. That game, you were in the Mega Pizzaplex, which is like a 6-story mall. And you can go to literally every square inch of that place like no other. It's absolutely insane. So it's amazing. The jump scare is okay. I will say though, Mapbot is the scariest jump scare of that game. If you don't know who Mapbot is, you can easily look up a video of someone getting jump scared by Mapbot. It gets me every time. Now the Ruin DLC. I could not find the release date for this game, this DLC. The only thing I can find is things saying it came out in 2023. I don't remember if it did come out in 2023. I feel like it was released early to mid. No, it was definitely released late 2023 now that I think about it. It's a good DLC. I mean, I definitely wouldn't put it over Security Breach. It was about a 2-hour long DLC where you're playing as a girl named Cassie who's going into the Mega Pizzaplex. I don't even know how long after Security Breach takes place. And you're going to find Gregory going through the Pizzaplex. You can wear the Vanny mask, which is sick. Like that game also has significance to Help Wanted too. And I'll talk about that in a minute. Actually, no, I'm probably not going to talk about that because it's a little bit of spoilers. But for the actual FNAF 2 game, if you haven't already seen gameplay or played it. I'm gonna put Ruin in amazing, but above FNAF World, behind FNAF 3. No, I'm gonna put it in okay. I'm gonna put it in okay. I'm gonna put it in okay, but above it. It's good. I definitely have some memories of just being stuck in that game because of how annoying it was. Or how annoying some parts were. I'm gonna put it in a high okay. Like I said, I don't know the release date for it, so. Now, Help Wanted 2. This game came out December 14th, 2023. This game is pretty good. Technically it was the second FNAF game to ever come out that Steelwool Studios created. Yes, they created Ruin. But technically it's their second game, like whole FNAF game. December 14th, 2023. I already said that, but you know. So that game is very good. I have 100% completed that game. It was very fun. It was a very fun experience completing. I will say that ending where you're in the like vending machine and you see like, you take the glitch trap plushie and Vanny squishes it and walks away. That is absolutely terrifying playing when you're actually in VR. It's a good game. I would not rank it anywhere close to Help Wanted 1 though. I would probably put it I'm really thinking hard about this. I like it more than FNAF 5, but I like it less than FNAF 1. But I'm trying to decide, because either way, if I put it here, if I put it in Unforgettable but at the lowest, it means the same thing as putting it over here. It's still saying that I like it more than Sister Location, but less than Five Nights at Freddy's 1. But if I put it here, it's an unforgettable game. If I put it here, it's an amazing. I'm going to put it in amazing because it's good, but it's not unforgettable. Now, I'm going to go to AR and then say this last one all the way at the end, into the pit. So, Five Nights at Freddy's AR. If you don't know what this game is, I don't blame you. It wasn't like a crazy big game that came out at its time, I'm pretty sure. This game came out November 25th, 2019. And it was good. I mean, I definitely didn't have a lot of fun playing it because there was way too much going on and it was way too confusing. Just off of gameplay alone, I would put it in strongly dislike. But the animatronics were so cool in that game that I would also like to put it in a low end okay. I'm gonna put it low end okay. Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit. It's a great game. I do think Megacat Studios or Metacat Studios, whatever the name is of the company that helped Scott make the game, I do think they did a great job making that game. Also, this game came out August 7th, 2024. And if you're like, hold on, that's the 10-year anniversary game. What are you yapping about? It came out August 7th. Because if you don't know, and this really triggered me and probably a lot of people, every single day from August 1st to August 8th, Steelwool Studios and Scott Cawthon did something. Every single day. Whether it was releasing a book or releasing a demo to releasing games. They released 2 games. Like 3 demos. No, like 2 demos. And like 2 books. And then they did a lot. And I'm very happy with it. They did a really good job at how they did. But Into the Pit was scheduled to come out on the 10-year anniversary. And I was like, yeah, that's fitting. That's perfect. But on August 7th, 2024, the game accidentally came out in, I think, Japan. So everyone in Japan could play the game early. And instead of them taking the game down, they just released the game early. So instead of the game coming out on the 10-year anniversary, they just released two things in one day. On the 7th, they released the 5 Laps at Freddy's demo and the Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit game. So that's why it came out a day early. It's a great game. I don't think it's unforgettable. Anywhere unforgettable. Yes, it is a great game. The only thing unforgettable about it is just the absolute like slavery I put myself through trying to get the 3-star ending and going for speedruns and like I've spent way too much time playing this game, but I'm not too mad about it because I absolutely love the game. I no, it has to be an unforgettable because I like it more than FNAF 1. I like it more than FNAF 6. I like it more than Security Breach, but I do not like it more than Help Wanted. Help Wanted. So I'm gonna put it there. That is my final tier list. Wow, I just realized that symmetry. That triggers me though. That triggers me though. If I could just like do that, that'd be so perfect. But that kind of triggers me. But I just realized that. I swear, I did not mean to do that. Actually, I just realized that too. Okay, I'm gonna just forget about it. So this is my tier list. My final tier list as of October 17th, 2024. This is my final tier list of everything FNAF that has come out. Now, I gotta choose one thing to put in GOAT. I would make that tier say GOATed and just put a few games up there, but I feel like that wouldn't do justice to the GOAT of FNAF. The just absolute amazing. Nothing could ever compare to how good this game is. And yes, I ranked them in order on Unforgettable. So FNAF 4 would technically automatically be the goated FNAF game. But if I'm truly thinking about it, it's between Help Wanted and Five Nights at Freddy's 1. FNAF 1, it is the very first FNAF game. It started it all. So what do you expect? The music that you think of, the animatronics, the names, all go back to this game. This game started people's careers, changed people's lives, and just changed how video games are to this day. Like, it's insane. How insane. It's insane how insane, yes. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 changed the world. And Help Wanted 1, it changed the game because you could literally play all of those games in VR and some, and it still be terrifying. But I gotta be honest. You might think it's a cheesy answer because it is the very first. But if you're a true FNAF fan, if you understand truly what it means to be a GOAT of Five Nights at Freddy's, then you know that Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is the best FNAF game to ever exist. No argument. I mean, technically, yes, there's an argument because a lot of people can just sit down and have hours and hours of arguments about what the best FNAF game is. But in my opinion, the Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is the GOAT of Five Nights at Freddy's, the best FNAF game to ever exist. And Ultimate Custom Night being the worst, I bet a lot of people could agree with me on that. Especially you, Daco. If you know, you know. I've said that a lot. Okay. Well, that is my Five Nights at Freddy's every game tier list. If you disagree or if you agree, let me know in the comments. Let me know what your GOAT is and let me know where you would put certain games in what order. That's going to be it for today's video. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. You will get notified the minute I post my next video. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.